Niners! I believe this is the last week we have to find things to talk about. Oh, I've got news for those who insist upon accusing me of hating Trey Lance. We're not talking about Jimmy today. We're talking about Trey. All right? And I'm going to remind you of that each and every time. Haters, stop putting me in your category. I don't hate. I just report and I discuss. Okay? Thank you. With that being said, hey, happy Sunday to you. And yeah, hot, huh? I know. But T. Lance's upcoming test, as you know, the challenges ahead for Mrs. Lance's baby boy, pretty much to be expected. He's got to go through a lot of things. As most believe, it's going to take reps and time in real time, game situations to build a winner, to get yourself in mental and physical condition to pursue NFL defenses. And they'll be coming at you 100 miles an hour, and in this case, like he's never seen before. So, tonight, going to the phones for you, for your take, Steve Young. Steve Young is so invested in Trey Lance. I do wonder, though, is Young so pumped up about Trey because Joe Montana, isn't it? You know the story between those two, right? It's fun to watch that go on between the two of them. If Trey doesn't do well, and hopefully he does do well, is Joe going to come out and come after? Because could it become a pee and moaning situation between those two? Jerry Rice is. I don't know. Jerry Rice is pretty much saying the things he should say. He's not going too extreme in one direction or the other. He supports Trey like we're all supposed to do. But anyway, your observations after we go over what Young said. Also, Young identifies T. Lance's best qualities so far before we get into some of the things that he points out to be some of the things Trey can look forward to. As I say, he's become Trey's biggest high-profile fan. He believes a key ingredient for Lance's success in his second season is that ability of his to identify targets as play unfolds. Now, of course, who's going to question Young's knowledge when it comes to this matter? Ain't nobody going to question it. The dude's been there and back several different times, several different directions, under seven different strains and pain. Steve knows what it takes to be successful in the league and believes that Lance already possesses an important trait, processes the play to find the open target. Young also believes Coach Shanahan will take advantage of that quality. Young told Matt Miyoko on 49ers Talk, cool. You catch that? Yeah, that's fun, huh? What Kyle loves about Trey is his processing ability to find the open guy. With that in mind, Kyle will try to create some opportunities where he's wide open because that's where I think Trey has the growth. The refinement that's necessary is in delivering of the football. That's not his best quality right now, unquote. It's a contradiction in terms, but I think I know what he's trying to say there. Shanahan is known for creating offensive plays that help a player maximize their potential on the field. Knowing Lance's unique traits will help Coach Shanahan put T. Lance in the best situation possible to succeed. Young believes that Lance will refine his technique and throwing ability as he matures. Steve, what are you saying? He's not going to do it yet? But what Shanahan can do immediately is maximize Lance's ability to quickly understand what is unfolding on the field. To that, Steve added, I think his processing power is his best quality, and Cal will lean into that. I know that Trey will find the guy. Now, can I make him wide open so that I don't cause him to have to throw into tight windows or be in some tough spots early? That's what Steve said. Kyle can create some of those opportunities. Kyle will love Trey's processing power and will take advantage of it, unquote. Steve Young. Also, Steve goes on to say he believes how Trey Lance reacts to adversity will determine his level of success in the NFL. T. Lance has only one career loss to his name and, of course, has yet to experience a losing season. Lance's first loss as starting QB came in week 5 of his rookie season last year when he stepped in for an injured JG. And challenges will inevitably come, but how Lance is able to recover from the rough times will have a strong influence on his future in the league. Of course. Continuing Young's conversation with NBC Sports Bear Matt Mayako, or Mayako, whichever pronunciation you like. Don't start on me about that. On 49ers Talk. He's quoted saying it's going to be so iterative over time. Look up iterative. It's a word that has something to do with solving problems. He's going to face how many filters and hurdles and challenges. He's going to be the old Mike Tyson saying everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. He hasn't punched in the face. He hasn't been punched in the face. And I mean this in a metaphorical way. You're going to get punched in the face 50 times. Different reasons, different times, different things that happen. And you have to right yourself, figure out what to do through it, and we have to watch you do it, unquote. Lance already got his first taste of things not going his way when he suffered an injury of the index finger of his throwing hand in the third preseason game of last season. As you know, T. Lance had to develop a workaround throw the ball without the ability to finish throws with his pointer finger. Now back to full health and with a year under his belt, T. Lance appears more confident and at ease behind center. This is an observation that actually Trent Williams made a few weeks ago as well. Steve believes confidence can go both ways. If Lance isn't ready for the challenges that will undoubtedly come, it could be an uphill battle. Young also went on to say, quote, "You're going to watch Trey Lance for a couple of games, go, I got this." Trey doesn't have it. You don't have it. There are big air filters. There's I had a terrible game, and people booed me at home filter. There's 1,000 things that I have to happen that he's got to live through, and then we've got to watch how he responds. These are not the things that he has seen before. He's young. We're going to have to watch him go through those filters. So much of the game. To get to where he wants to get is art. There's an art part of it that you have to figure out on your own. It's kind of like street smarts. It's that guile that you kind of gain over a period of time. I get what's happening over here, and that is what I'm going to handle here, unquote. So Young's sort of kind of pointing out all the things we're pretty much, well, most of us are aware of. You don't just come in out of school and just kick ass because you don't know everything in the NFL yet. So this is the thing. Because there's definitely will be ups and downs in Lance's NFL future, but how he comes away from both victories and defeats will shape his career. At the very least, he has a great role model in Young, who is already willing to dive in as a resource for the young T. Lance. In terms of the trials and tribulations of a quarterback just out of school, what are you expecting, fam, from Mrs. Lance's baby boy, Trey? Is he going to handle the test directly ahead and keep the big red gold machine afloat as we've become kind of used to in the last few years? Or growing pains as they are defined, will they overwhelm our guy? You know, honestly, I think with the weapons he's got around him, I don't know why he'd really struggled and suffered too much. When you look at Patrick Mahomes, he came in after 1 year, but Patrick Mahomes also had an arsenal of weapons as well. So he shouldn't be having a whole lot of Mahomes came in good. He went through a little bit, but not much. The league wasn't aware of what he was capable of, not really, so he took him by surprise. So we'll see what happens with this. I have no real feeling about this. I'm still sticking with what I've said all along. I just want to see how he adapts on his own, what he looks like in the first 2 or 3 games, and then I'll pretty much be able to feel either uh-oh or okay, one or the other. We'll see. Anyway, fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me put on my ears and see if you indeed have any fears. Are you? Let's go! A lot of people, let's go. Hey, Tony, come on in.
Ronbo. Ronbo.
Tony.
Hang on a sec, brother. Let me wind this window up. Otherwise, you're going to get all the road noise. How are you, mate?
Yeah, your voice is kind of low on Tony. Let me see. Tony, go ahead. 'Cause I'm being told by production it's our problem here with you, that I can't hear you really well. But I think we can hear you pretty good. Tony, go right ahead.
I think, what are we going to do? We're going to see how we can help this guy, aren't we?
Yeah, Trey? Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is he's got a lot of weaponry out there, so maybe, he shouldn't suffer much.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not the coach, but he's got the ability to run. We know that he's got the rocket arm to stretch the ball or get the ball downfield. So, I would probably be during practice practicing a lot more. Where Carl Shanahan wants Kittle or whoever, or Juwan Jennings or whoever's going to run across the middle for the short pass. I'd be, trying to get that down while he's playing. When obviously he's going to start. So I'll be practicing that more than the long ball because he's got the ability to throw the long ball. He doesn't need much practice at throwing the long ball. So I'd be practicing the short ball more during practice, and during the game, you just sprinkle it in there for him a little bit. Give him free rein. If he sees a hole, tell him you can run. And if there's someone wide open down the field, tell him he can sling it. And then just sprinkle a few plays in Shanahan style across the middle and see how he goes.
Tony, his offensive ability, I don't really question. What I'd like to know, and you know what, and Shannon's probably going to do it too. In practice, you can't hit him, but I want that defense to show him the same hell that freaks out Aaron Rodgers and everybody else in the NFL. That's what I'm more curious about how he responds to, because the bottom line is, how does he deal with that? Now, we know what he's capable of doing, but can you do that under extreme duress? That's what I want to know, because he's going to get that.
Well, that's where you've got to simplify the plays, the plays for him. So, hopefully, if the defense comes and he steps up into the pocket and a small hole opens up, he can run 3 or 4 yards before he releases the ball downfield. You know what I mean? By that time, hopefully, one of the speedsters will be wide open. So you've got to sort of like engineer around him. You know what I mean? If it makes sense.
No, you're saying you got to design things for his strengths, which I hope Shanahan has figured that out by now. It didn't seem like he did in that game against the Cardinals, and to the Texas game to us in the first half. It seemed like Shanahan, you know how he is. It takes him a whole half to figure out how he wants to attack a defense, right? So the first half was kind of a ho-hum game against the Texans. And it didn't really showcase anything other than we're just struggling here. And then the second half, it seemed to unveil a little more offensive attack. He can't do that with Trey, though, because we'll be in a hole in the first half every week. And I don't know if Trey's going to be able to handle that.
I don't know, Ron, but I think with Trey, we've got the speed now. We've got the speed and we've got the guys that can break off from the rest of the field. And I think there's 2 or 3 touchdowns a game in that for him. You know what I mean? He can hand off the ball. We can establish the run game at the beginning. You know what I mean? And then just say to him, look, if you see someone downfield wide open, just fire it into him.
And I hope Shanahan will do that. Because you know how he is.
Yeah,
Shanahan has to have the complete
that
control
way,
and say over every play. So, mental freedom is like, I don't know. I hope so. It'd be interesting.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've got the guys that we've got plenty of yak dudes, so we can start off by running the ball, and then if there's an opportunity and he sees somebody downfield that's wide open, he
By all
can
means,
just
let him have it. Yeah.
fire it down there. I mean, he and in another sense, he's got to grow some. If I see someone downfield, just ignore what Shanahan said. Just throw it down there, mate.
Hopefully. Because, Cal,
Otherwise,
he sits
if he
around
tries,
all night coming up with those plays, and he wants them ran. You can tell. But, yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, if he tries to play the playbook like he's got Jimmy at the helm, we're up shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah, because those plays, Jimmy can orchestrate those plays because of experience and quick release. Now you got a different ball player. You got one who has the ability to escape or will escape. As you say, he's got the bombing ability. And better yet, we got guys that can get downfield before it gets too rough down in the trenches to give a chance for a throw. So, we're going to find. I got to see it.
And, give him that chance to extend the play so that he can get rid of the ball to somebody clean. You know what I mean? Like if he has to run to the left or run to the right, just give him that time, give him that chance to do it, and then sprinkle in 2 or 3 plays a game where he's got to throw it, like Jimmy did, like down the middle or whatever, and see how he fares with that. If he's not doing too well with that, well, then Kyle's got to change it up somehow. He's got to come up with something different.
And he should, and I imagine he has. But I just wonder, Kyle's offensive system, what he does is attack the weakest link on the defense as much as he can. Usually there's a weakness in the middle of the field. It's going to be interesting to see. You're not going to attack the best cornerbacks in the NFL with Trey just yet. So I'm wondering,
well,
how that's going to.
In theory, we've got a totally.
Go ahead.
In theory, we've got a totally different team this year. The
Wide
defense obviously is the same, but our wide receivers are supposed to be. We've got speedsters, we've got, things
good
like
route
that.
Runner.
So,
and Ayuk, yeah.
Yeah, good route runners. We've got Debo that wants to be out the back. We've got Juwan Jennings, Wilson Jr. that can run across the middle. You've got Kittle. I don't know, so we've got a lot more options in attack, theoretically, than we did with Jimmy at the helm, I suppose. What else can I say? It's just up to Kyle Shanahan to engineer it in such a way that he makes the young bloke successful.
Yeah, because his job's on the line, too. Especially since they made this move. Now you guys made that move. You better make it work. So, yeah.
It has to work because we get rid of Jimmy and I'm crossing my fingers and my legs and everything, and trade doesn't work out. And we're back in the doldrums, mate. We're back.
Yeah, I know.
Back to 2015.
Yeah, that's a frightening thought, and no backup. There's nobody can bring in. He's got to stay out there. He's got to endure. He's got to learn, and I just don't. The locker room's got to stay intact like it did last year. Remember, we were 3-5, and the locker room never mentally wavered, and they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, and they got back in it. Now you look at Trey, and if this situation now comes up, hopefully they'll still be able to embellish that same attitude and keep fighting and get back in it. But yeah, if Jenny's over in some other place and Jed's sitting there thinking, okay, you guys, I believed in you and I thought this would be okay. I wasn't really happy with Nate Sudfeld backing him up either. So these are things that we're going to have to discuss. I can see, oh, my God. And then you guys got Mr. Irrelevant at the end of the draft. So what are we supposed to do now? Hey, can you, Tony, can you imagine 49ers going after another quarterback somewhere else? Other than, Sethfield's not going to hit, so they're out looking for another quarterback. Here comes Hoyer.
Nightmare.
Is he busy?
We can get Juszczyk in there. He used to be a quarterback.
Yeah, forgot about that. And he's always wanted a chance. He knows the playbook, for God's sakes.
If we look on the bright side, Ronbo, on the positive side, and if Carl can put his ego away with that sort of a play where he hands off the ball 2 or 3 plays and then all of a sudden, boom, he goes downfield that the opposition team's not expecting it.
Yeah,
then we've got some confusion going.
Yeah.
All right? And the opposition don't know now whether he's going to run it, he's going to hand it off, or he's going to bomb it downfield. So I'm trying to think positive, and I'm thinking that's the way I would do it.
Yeah.
But, Shanahan, he's set in his ways, but, time will tell, and we'll all get to see the results.
And hopefully it has a happy ending. Tony, I don't want to go through anything more than winning. Please, let's keep winning. This team is a good team. They have no business not winning. When you look around the league at other teams, we're supposed to be able to beat them. We got to continue to beat them. So it's a worrisome thought.
Well, there's no coming back from it now, Ronbo. We're too far gone.
Yeah. Whew, man. As I said, 2015 and 14, those were some disgusting years.
No, there was a lot of swearing going on the Ronbo show then. There was people at each other's throats every day.
And it's so funny because it usually involves a quarterback, too. Because remember, back then, we were complaining about the quarterback. Hoyer sucked, and he went out and got C.J. Beathard in the draft, and C.J. Beathard came in there, and he was getting beat harder than any prize fighter you've ever seen out there, getting knocked into the dirt. And then all of a sudden, Hoyer was like a mistake to begin with, apparently. It just gets really scary. Those are just really desperate, miserable times. What was our record? I think, we kept losing games by 2 and 3 points.
Yeah. But we'll just call Hoyer a bridge quarterback.
I think he's working somewhere, though. He's on somebody's roster, unless I don't know. Nah, we're not going to go back to Hoyer. Anything but that. I'd rather go get CJ. I don't know if he's working or not.
It's all up.
Mullins is.
Yeah, it's all up to Kyle. It's all up to him. He's just got to design a playbook around the kid and work to his strengths and work a little bit more on his weaknesses. And hopefully by the end of the season, we get 12 games. 12 wins in his first season. We'll be happy.
I'll be happy with 11, because I think that'll still get you the playoffs. We're going to run the ball a lot anyway in the beginning. I think we're going to be like Russell Wilson was his first 2 or 3 years with the Seahawks. Run the ball, play defense, throw it, but don't get carried away because he needs time for that. But we'll see.
Throw it occasionally so he can build his confidence. You know what I mean?
And he will.
And give him that. Let him throw the long ball if there's someone wide open. There's nothing wrong with that. He's capable of doing
it. I agree. Babby X, don't you tell that lie on me. I didn't know anything about Hoyer. People kill me coming out of the chat lying on me. Just bold-faced lies. Anyway, Tony, we're gonna go. I'm gonna be back Tuesday. See if I can make Monday Night Raw. All right.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone. See you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers, Tony. Yes. Hey, guys, don't lie on me. Really don't, especially outrageous lies. Johnny Robinson says, thanks for all you and your production team does, Ronbo. You all are such a class act and make me proud to be a Niner fan, have been 5+ year listener. Johnny Robinson, thanks, fam. Appreciate that contribution as well. And there's Papa. Wait a minute.
Oh man, damn.
I know, right? It's a weekend, Pop. You got to sip a little bit of the beverage. It sometimes causes damages. I'm okay now. It's Papa Dragon. Hey, Pop, come on in now. Stay away from the real dry red wines. They tend to do that to you. Okay, I like that flavor. But anyway,
Hey,
Pop.
hey, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're good. We're good. We're good. Hey, man, what's happening?
I'm Steve
What's
Young.
happening? You old worry wart, you.
Yeah. I'm loving Steve Young because Steve Young is fully invested and he's put himself out there in a position where he's going to be the guy, and because he's the highest profile person that's making these real big statements about Trey. Hopefully, Trey lives up to everything that you believe and Steve believes, and Steve and everybody else can say, "Yes, we told you." While those of us who were concerned, ooh, okay. I mean, like you said, worried.
Right.
Bob, reassure me here.
Um. Well, like I said, I think the biggest part that Trey has going for him is he's got a good head on him. Good head upstairs. That's the biggest part. Like I say, and not everybody is gets the same kind of opportunity in America, and not
Yeah.
everybody has two parents in a home or a community that looks after you. So, you know, ultimately speaking, we've had all kinds of incredibly gifted athletes who have washed out of the NFL because they didn't know how to be a pro.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
You know what I'm
point.
saying? You know, um, I think, you know, you don't know. I mean, how are they going to How are they going to handle everything psychologically? That's like super, super important. And you look at Alden Smith, who could have been one of the greatest pass rushers in history. Probably he had Hall of Fame talent, and look what happened to him. And he had a real clean, like checkup overall coming out of college. But he got some money. He started boozing. He started playing with guns.
Oh,
And before you know it, he was out of the league. And then there's people who
such a
don't booze.
waste. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people who don't booze. Colin Kaepernick, like I said, it's like he just turned into a different person after the first 2 years. First year or so, he was like really just like, oh boy, I love to play football. And then after that,
Yeah. A
he
little more
went through a
focus,
remarkable change.
and a little less rock star. Ain't that the truth? I think he
Yeah,
did actually become a little bit, and I hope don't take it. Anybody take this wrong. He did become a little bit
of a diva.
superstarish. Exactly.
Yeah, did. He became that, and he changed right before my eyes. It's like, you kind of see what happens with some of these people, some of these young people by what they're doing on their social medias and stuff like that. And when you start kind of seeing some of the things they're doing and the entourages they're hanging out with and things like
Yes.
that. So
Ooh, that's it right there. Who they hanging out with? Yeah. We caught
it's,
Cap hanging out with blah blah blah. Oh, how'd they meet? Yes.
yes, it's like, that's that. But see, I believe that Trey has a good head on his shoulders. He knows where his weaknesses are and he's going to work on them. I believe that Trey he's going to probably be the first person, to get, to the facility and the last person to leave.
I understand he
He's
already
that.
does that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's that kind of player. I mean, I remember he came out, his rookie year, and he was setting up passing camps with some of the receivers as a rookie. So I think he has a lot of that good stuff going for him, right? Now, does he have weaknesses? Absolutely. Everybody has weaknesses. And can you improve upon them is the key question. Can you improve upon your weaknesses? I believe that he will improve upon his key weaknesses. I don't expect him to be running into three defenders at the goal line trying to run him over this year. I expect to see him sliding and making better business decisions because he's got to stay on the field.
Yes, slide.
I expect him to do that. I kind of expect the same kind of a performance that you probably saw out of, I think, John Elway his first year with Shanahan. When he was with Mike Shanahan, before Mike Shanahan, Elway was like a 50-something% per year pass like 57, 58% passer. And, Shanahan came in, he cut the field in half. He rolled him on boots. He only had to read half the field, deliver some crazy darts, and he got him up to 65%.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the biggest thing he did for Elway was Terrell Davis. So I think the biggest thing that's going to happen for Trey this year is going to be, TDP. It's going to be Mitchell. It's going to be Sermon. It's going to be Juice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that help out a young player.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have my concerns about the offensive line.
Oh God! See, I forgot all about that. Oh God! Oh,
But here's why I'm not all that concerned. Reason why I'm not all that concerned is because this since the 49ers have been taken over by this new regime, their focus has been D-line, not O-line. All right. So what you have going on here is that you just have a kind of have a talent imbalance, so to speak.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to the trenches. Oh.
Yeah. But you have to play a quarterback who's mobile differently. And Trey is the worst kind of mobile quarterback because he just doesn't run constantly. What Trey is going to do, he's going to keep looking downfield and throw the ball. He's more of a kind of a very similar to what Mahomes does, very similar to kind of like a combination of Mahomes, Allen, and probably Hurts. He's like those kind of cats where he's like looking to throw it, and then he'll scoot down the field after he's kind of exhausted his options. That's a good thing that I like about his game. So the key for him is going to be Shanahan, because for some reason Shanahan, it just seems like to me sometimes, when the offense starts slow, he doesn't do the things that other coaches do to try to snap the offense out of a funk, right? So, like, what's one of the number one things you do as an offensive call player to snap your offense out of a funk? What do you do?
I'm running the ball. This is what I was talking about earlier. When he's sitting there diagnosing the defense to find out where he wants to attack them. Kyle, the clock is running. We're in the middle of the first quarter.
Right.
Just what are you waiting on? What are we going to do? Do it.
I feel the same thing, but here's one thing I don't know why he doesn't do it. But what used to happen, in the old days, in the old 49er days, and Mariucci was really good at this, is that what he would do if the offense was like stalling out, he would just go no huddle. He would put the 2-minute offense in and try to basically just get a spark going in the offense. I don't know why Kyle doesn't do that. I think that sometimes he's a little bit too consumed with running that clock when he's got to start scoring some points.
Exactly.
You see, if you score points, then you can let the strength of your team start to hunt. You see what I'm saying?
And exactly. And his overthinking, Kyle's not aware sometimes of how much time it is for him to sort these things out. I could just see his mind. That Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's playing the Terminator, and you see that screen and all these calculations going on. Somebody should slap, Coach. Hey, Coach, you okay? Yeah. No, I got it figured out. Well, yeah. Hopefully now is a good time to get. Let's go. I mean, I'm sitting because guys didn't even know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like no matter who the quarterback is, right? If things aren't going right, go no huddle, because all of a sudden now the defense can't get their calls in on time. They're going to be off balance. You're going to know where you're going before they know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
There's advantages to doing that, to creating a tempo or to creating a spark in the offense. And,
or nothing else, it puts the defense on an imbalance. Because now they're not able to sit back and go with the game plan of the week. Now you sped things up. I agree that that's a good idea. That's a great option.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, but he doesn't do it. He's the only coach I know that doesn't do that. And it boggles my mind for him. So sometimes Kyle can just be the dumbest smart person on the planet.
Well, see, that's why he never likes to go with rookies. How Kyle, unless he has to. Because when he's going through his limbo moments or his in the next dimension until I'll be back in a second, sometimes a quarterback can roll on his own. Matty Ice had that. Believe it or not, I think I saw Jimmy do it a few times. But for the most part, you got to wait till Kyle comes up with that master play,
That's what I'm saying. He didn't do it enough for Jimmy. We had too many games where we were behind in the first half. Like the whole half goes by, we have like 6 points or 3 points, the drive stalls out. We got to kick a field goal. Too much of that goes on. There just needs to be a more emphasis on scoring because, believe it or not, this team is built very similarly to some of the past Colts teams, where it's like if you get a lead, then your defensive line can hunt. You see what I'm saying? That's because you got so many of these guys. They can just rush because you got to throw the ball to get back into a game. So they have the capabilities of doing these things. So it's like I have confidence in Trey as a player, as a young player. I really do have a good deal of confidence in him. But my confidence is in Kyle Shanahan, since he's been our head coach, has been a little iffy. Just because he seems to have these brain farts or these lulls where it's like, okay, it's the fourth quarter. Let's not give the ball to Debo. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Give the ball to Debo.
Yeah, well, I've got that figured out. I gave some thought to that. You know what? Kyle actually thinks when he's got a lead, going conservative is about all you need to do. And we've got bit in the ass twice. The NFCCG last year, to some degree, although the offensive line died in the fourth quarter, and also the Super Bowl, I think Kyle was trying to keep the ball, but some of the plays weren't conservative. They were kind of stupid. And I hate to say that because who am I to question him? But some of the plays he ran, and like you're saying, Debo, they couldn't do a damn thing with Debo. Keep feeding them, Kyle, until they make it stop. You had no problem giving the ball to Mostert all day long when we played against the Packers. Well, if it's working here, do the same thing. No.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. It's like in the Super Bowl, Debo had hardly any touches in the second half. There were no end arounds, no nothing. And that's what I mean.
And they weren't making any plays against him in the first half. None.
Yeah.
He was doing whatever he wanted to do.
It's like he gets this tunnel vision for some reason. He gets a tunnel vision on something. It's like, maybe he's like, hey, look, I got the strong safety who's like cheating on the inside. I'm going to try to get him. Don't. No. You just take what the defense gives you, okay, and then set something up. Or you go or you go, just straight up no huddle. You just got to move the chains. And like I said before, I just think for some reason, sometimes he just gets like this tunnel vision in his whole setup play game where he's like trying to set the defense up for this or set him up for that. And it's like, dude, you have a playmaker. Get a stick, go to the dirt, draw a play up for Debo, draw a play up for Kittle. Draw it up.
See, that's what I'm saying. But we both watched him run 2 back-to-back failing plays that were similar. And you say, what are you doing, Kyle? What was that?
That's some Madden crap right there. When you just run that same play twice, you get mad. The first one didn't time, it didn't work. That was bull.
You're not going to suck the defense in. They know what you're doing. They're ready for whatever you're going to spring on them. This is the thing about modern defenses that Kyle should even know. They're paid lots of money. There's some absolute studs out there playing defense. Yes. So if you come in there with anything weak, they will hand you your ass. That's what they do.
Hey, defense got to feed their families too. So
yeah, there's some good ones out there
bottom
too.
Bottom line is, every it's not easy to win an NFL. It really isn't. No matter who you are. I mean, believe me, last year the Bears gave us a run for the money at first until Debo took it 80 yards, right?
Hit him, punched him in the mouth. Like Mike Tyson says, planned and it's over.
And Jimmy was like, okay, this is my Chicago Super Bowl. I'm gonna win this game. and when I walk off the field, I'm looking at the camera and I'm saying, hey, Jimmy, what happened? You just won the Windy City Bowl. Where are you going? I'm going to Hooters, baby.
Bob, we gotta go. Don't get me worked up. They got great food. It's underrated. Hey, Bob, I'll be back Tuesday.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, shout out to production. Shout out to the Niner faithful. We out.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. And well, Michael's not here. Productions likes to run Michael after Pop, just for the drama, but no Michael. Hey, Mike. By the way, I almost laughed, but I can't laugh at Don Burr's remark. Tony, that was just awful. Do you eat cold chili? How did he come up with that? Oh, that's just disgusting. Hey, Kevin. Cold chili. What does that taste like? Oh, my God.
Ronbo?
Hey, Kevin, come on in.
Ronbo?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Well, Kevin, we're waiting for your response to Steve Young, believing that not only do we need not be concerned with Trey, Trey's going to conquer all its obstacles, and there's no need for us to believe anything else than we're returning to the same level of winning and offensive prowess and defensive. Everything's going to be fine going into 2022 per Steve Young. Your feeling on that?
Well, first of all, Rondo, I want to say, man, Kevin is my government name.
What?
But I go by Niner by Nature 88. How you doing today, sir?
Oh, you're Niner by Nature.
I come in peace, sir. I come in peace. So, I know I'll be busting your chops in the chat room. You know what I'm saying? It's all funny games. Ain't nothing too serious, man. But
well, at least you didn't accuse me of liking Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer was the best quarterback we had that year, but I wasn't crazy about him. Pop Pappy. What's wrong with him?
True.
But go ahead.
No, that's true. No, I just want to say, man, thank you for letting me on to talk with you. That's moments of blessing, sir. I appreciate that. Every day, waking up to live this life is a blessing. So I appreciate you for taking my call and hearing me out and what I gotta say regarding to this whole thing and everything. Regarding to, because it seemed like the whole faithful. Now, hear me out. It's like the whole faithful fan base. It's like we scared or something. It's like we scared out here, man. And we forget that we have a top 5 roster. We forget that mofos have to play us. People are afraid of us. Look at the LA Rams, man. They have to ban ticket sales in order for us not to get the motherfuckers. Excuse my language. But people out here are afraid of the San
Pay attention, Rams fans.
In our fan base. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Rams, man, are up the shoot, ready to go. Rudy, they always in the chat room. Why? It's because they're afraid. They are supposed to be champions, but they sit on Niners streams every single day talking about, oh, what about this? What about that? It's like, why do you care? You're supposed to be a champion, right? You supposed to be the ones we supposed to be going after, right? So why are you tripping? Why are you sitting on our streams?
I can answer that for you really, really quickly though. Here's the thing. They were shocked by the position they found themselves in. The Rams are used to being, well, I guess next year, every year. So they finally pulled it off. And they can't say been there, done that, because they haven't been there and done nothing up until now. So now everybody needs to hear about it. It's what you call immaturity. So you don't have to take it for what it's worth.
Insecurity.
Immaturity and insecurity,
Ronbo.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to drop a little bit of knowledge. So I'm gonna ease your mind a little bit regarding the Trey Lance, man. I think I'm a big advocate of Trey Lance, as you already know. I think Trey Lance is a great kid. He has all of the ability in the world. He's very smart. He was even measured the smartest quarterback coming out in his draft class. Big upside. You know what I'm saying? Fairly raw when he was coming out, but he was blessed to have the opportunity to sit in Kyle Shanahan laboratory and brew. You know what I mean? He could sit. If you can sit a year in the NFL behind, because people want to say Jimmy G is ass or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have my thoughts on Jimmy G. I mean, he's a very decent quarterback, but I don't want to go in there. But I just want to say that Trey Lance was very blessed to sit behind Jimmy G and to sit into Kyle Shanahan laboratory and brew a little bit and understand the offense and to fix all the mechanics and techniques that he had to fix to make himself great for this season. I think, Faithfuls, we don't have nothing to worry about because let me ask you this question. Doesn't Kyle Shanahan run a West Coast offense?
Mm-hmm. Last I checked.
Oh,
variation
okay. So he runs the West Coast. Yeah, he runs like a variation of the West Coast offense. Mainly he runs the West Coast offense. And when I was checking out the 2016 Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons passed the ball more than they ran. Now they ran the ball heavily, but they passed it. It was more of a balance. It was more of a balanced attack. And with us, it's like we was running the ball a lot, and it put so much damage on our running backs. That's why our running backs go down so much, is because we didn't really have that passing attack to scare the defense, to scare the DCs. I mean, they were scared of the running game. They'll put 8 in the box and try to stop you, but they wasn't necessarily afraid of the passing attack. Because if you look up the Bill Walsh, the Bill Walsh West Coast offense, the West Coast offense is an innovative horizontal passing offense based on timing and route running. And Jimmy did have the timing regarding to the route running down. The timing of the offense, he had it down. You know what I mean? But regarding to the West Coast offense, it's more pass heavy than it is run heavy. And when I did this research, I was thinking to myself, why the hell
I just want to emphasize on
that.
What he means by that is
Absolutely.
the pass game is nothing more than an extension of the run game. That's why you got the short pass game is what it was. But go ahead.
Right, like slants and crossing routes and stuff like that. But okay, so Ronbo, one day, man, when you get the chance, when you look at Trey Lance film and look at how he do the play action. I mean, ask him just being a raw athlete, raw quarterback coming out. Watch how he does the play action. Now, if he does the play action, he could turn his back and he hit that three-step drop. How he hit his drop, and he comes back up and he's looking around. He go from 1 to 2 to 3, scanning the field, and he throw that. Man, I'm telling you, we have nothing to worry about. I'm telling you, Trey Lance gonna come out here and he's gonna light the league on fire. And mofo's gonna be calling your phone like, Ronbo, hey, you see what he's doing? I'm telling you, Ronbo, get ready now, because I'm telling you, Trey Lance is gonna make it happen this year.
I would love it.
Get excited now. And let me ask you this, and this is to all the faithfuls too. Let me ask you this. Okay, barring injury, right? What is stopping Trey Lance from having a second year similar to Mahomes, and for us to get into a Super Bowl and winning it?
Well, did Mahomes go in his second year? I don't know. It's for me, I just need to see what he does against smash mouth defenses. If he endures that, there's a test to go through with that. It's like hazing as you come into a new campus and you join you just have to go through these things and you'll be tested. And if you do well, hey, let's go. We've got to see if you can pass that test, though.
Absolutely, Ronbo. And the thing is about this kid, he's tough. He has elite processing ability. And I think
Steve Young says so as well.
Yes. I think that yes, he going to meet these smash mouth defenses, but he's not going to back down. He's not going to fold under pressure. And he has Debo, he has Ayuk, he has Kittle, Trent Williams, he has Fred Warner, he has Bowles, he has all those guys who already been through this test
and
gonna be in his ear, telling him, keeping them calm, like dude, you got this, you got all the talent in the world. Nobody on this field is better than you. Make it happen, and he's gonna make it happen. I'm telling you, Ronbo, we have nothing to worry about. We're gonna be back in the Super Bowl. And we're gonna win it. We're gonna win it in 2022.
Ooh.
We're gonna win it. We're gonna win this shit. I'm telling you. I'm gonna call you back and be like, Ronbo, what I tell you, in 2022, we're going to win the Super Bowl, and that's exactly what's going to happen, because nobody can stop this offense, and nobody can stop our defense. We have a smash mouth defense, a top 5 rated defense that get after the quarterback, that can stop the run game. Our secondary is underrated, and we coming after folks. We are the juggernauts. And now we have a quarterback You know what I'm saying? This is no slight to Jimmy G, but now we have a quarterback that can get out the pocket, stress the defense, because I play ball. So when I play DB, if a quarterback get out the pocket, my main thing is to stop that threat. I'm trying to stop him from getting the first down, especially if it's like third and 4. If he gets the first down, that's some fresh new downs. So when you're playing DB, especially when you're playing like a safety, and you see the quarterback getting out the pocket and he's threatening to get that first down, you're gonna come down. You're gonna freak out, and then that's gonna leave open lanes. They're gonna leave open lanes for Denny Gray to hit the outside, he can creep out in the back to score a touchdown. And I'm telling you, Ronbo,
fam,
we have nothing.
You
to worry
also
about.
know, since you played, you also know the coach is going to tell you to remain in assignment. If you're playing zone, if you're playing man defense is another story. But if you're playing zone, you take care of that area, right? You can come down.
Okay.
But if you leave a guy run behind you toward the end zone unprotected, that's on you. And we've seen that happen a lot of times with 49ers. But, here's the thing. And this is my one worry, because I'm not sure if the mobile quarterback is getting more love than he should be getting. Every year they lose to a pocket quarterback. Now, when that changes, then I'll have more faith in the guys. Because right now I see more chaos, more play breakdown. Even the offense doesn't know what to do. And the quarterback ends up being on his own. And now he's running because – if I'm playing wide receiver, I'm trying to get open for him, but he's running left, he's running right, he's under stress. He's gonna have to do something soon. He's got another 2.5 seconds max. I need to get to find a zone, a spot. Russell Wilson is the master at I don't know what they're doing in Seattle, but Tyler Lockett, no matter what Wilson troubles in, and that comes from years to being together though, Lockett's gonna be open, and Russ knows exactly where he's going. But these are things that take time. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it happens like you're saying, though. Absolutely. He figures it all out next year, and we're in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I know you got other callers on the phone. I want to hold the line.
Real quick.
Absolutely, what you said about Russell Wilson is spot on. But Trey Lance is not a running quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback that has the ability to run. He has the ability to run. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, he likes to extend plays. That's the part I'm hoping that it comes out okay.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. All right, Rumble man. Thank y'all, man. Hey, smash that like button, y'all. This is your boy, Niner by Nature, Sir Lance, the king of the NFC. I'm out. Thank you, Rumble.
Nice to talk to you. It really is. All right. Have a great evening. Appreciate you getting in here every show too. Really do. Thanks, fam.
No problem.
All right.
Peace.
Okay. The name here is Bugs and Roses. Bugs and Roses. Hey, can you guys hear anything? Because we're having trouble. We're having sound issues. I can hear, barely. Hopefully you can hear. Bugs and Roses. I think Muggs is, he just wanted us to see his name. Let's go to the next caller. Muggs is, we'll come back to Muggs. I still can't get over Tony eating cold chili. That's just cold. Ellis! Uh-oh. We could be having problems. Ellis. Ellis, I'm not sure what your name we're having. Ellis may be talking and we're not hearing him. It's hard to hear down low by nature. He still had Lance. I know. You know what? I can't. Listen. By the way, if there's nothing wrong with being highly supportive of Trey Lance. I'm not saying don't believe in him by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, I want to believe in him. I just need to know when Jimmy came in the league. the first game, all I said before he came in, I says, listen, don't put Garoppolo out there now, man. We don't have no offensive line. I thought he was going to be killed, right? We had the worst offensive line in offensive line history that year. So I was scared. And then CJ got hurt. I said, oh, man, he's going to get killed before we even know whether he can play or not. So he got out there and he did his thing. And so that's when I realized, the Chicago game, I was thinking, okay, this guy's throwing off his back foot. Well, I have to appreciate he's getting rid of the ball before that defensive line gets to his ass, because that offensive line is not providing any entertainment. Then Trent Brown came up all of a sudden and said, I said, Trent Brown's the best offensive lineman we had that year, right? I said, oh, man, he doesn't want to play no more because of what reason? What are we going to put on that side? So they sent, remember the guy we had that could play all positions? He went to the left side. I says, man, if Garoppolo survives this year, man, that's going to be like a surprise. He did. We won every game. Now if Trey comes in and does anything similar to that, you know me. There will be a bigger fan. I just want to know, can he do it? Can he do it? And if he can, you know how I defend this guy? Trey's got a guy, he's got a friend for life if he comes in and he looks dazzling. I'll be all over that, man. Bleed, watch, see. Anyway, is Alice, you there? Oh, Power Fitness. No, not Sudfeld, please. Oh, no. Who's that jerk that accused me of putting on a Rams fan instead of, you guys, don't do that. I don't want to throw nasty things at people for being in the chat, but don't accuse me of wearing a Rams jersey. What the hell's wrong with you? Go drink some animal pee. Big Show says, King of the NFC, Jimmy G, all Big Show, thanks for that contribution. We're still having issues here with the phone, I believe. Ellis is not there either. Fam, looks like we may have to go tonight, I guess. Unless we can get somebody to come through the phone. The system's really, I think the production is shaking their head like we're dead. Well, we got to talk to Tony and 90 by Nature. Both of them are way back guys that's been promoting this program, and I really love both of those guys. Even though you see me hollering at 90 by Nature every now and then, because one thing about our enthusiasm we all share for the 49ers, we all share it in different ways. What we got to do is continue to respect each other as much as we can. We can argue and carry on. Going back to the days of radio when we were, that was, you could hear shots being fired the whole time. It's like being in a club on the wrong side of Oakland. Bam, 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 bam. That's bad. Come on. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, my God. So, but we've grown past that. We've matured to some degree, and we actually have wholesome conversations every now and then. Even TNT has sort of mellowed out. But one thing, the bottom line is we always have fun, and that's what we got to do. And we'll continue to do. Fam, looks like we have to shut it down tonight, though. But listen, be back Tuesday. Hopefully get some of the things out. We're having whatever problems we're having, we're going to hopefully get them ironed out. And just have a great Sunday night. I can't wait to see you Tuesday. Love you, fam. And you know this. Don't forget to subscribe, though. I like to be able to find you. What? Yeah, we just did that. Niners!